Coach Hibbs, after Tuesday night's midweek game against Virginia Tech, I'll say this. You've been able to land some pretty quality teams on the schedule this season, and you've really tested yourselves early now at full strength, who knows, but a tough game on Tuesday night. Some positives, though, to take away from this one as you head into the weekend series.
Yeah, Virginia Tech's really good. You know, they've beaten a lot of good teams, and I can see how they're 13-4 now. Again, I say this a lot, but, you know, Coach Hughes' willingness to play us. We haven't played for several years, and his willingness to play and you know, renew this series again, and we'll get a chance to go to Blacksburg and play in the future. And I just really appreciate them being willing to play. That's a definite NCAA caliber team. There's no question about that. I can see how they ranked in the top 25 last week. You know, we got off to a poor start. Harris has been throwing pretty well, but he wasn't very good, you know, early. And, you know, when you're playing uphill against a really good team, it makes it kind of difficult. It ended up 6-1. You know, we kept it competitive, but we've got to be better on the front end, and we got to have, you know, better, more efficient at-bats up and down the lineup.
Part of the scheduling thing, I'm sure, is conference affiliation and whatnot, but you've just talking with other coaches around the region, you've been able to put, I mean, look at this year's schedule, some pretty good teams willing to play you and willing to come to Charlotte. What does that say about you guys?
Well, you know, a lot of people now are willing to play us one time per year. They don't want to come to Charlotte every year, but they're willing to play us one time per year. And it's a little bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you, for me from a scheduling standpoint, but that's okay. You know, if we get a chance to play quality teams like Virginia Tech and the other teams we have on our schedule, and it's one time per year, we'll do that. You know, that's fine. We'll make it work out the best way we can, and hopefully that continues as we move forward into Conference USA next year. You know, kids want to play against good opposition and good opponents, and again. Tech's willingness to come down here and play us, I think, is a step in the right direction for both programs, and we look forward to going to Blacksburg and playing in the future.
You mentioned kids that want to play. You had one kid that was in class at the start of the game, an engineering major, Mike Green. He finally gets back down from class, says he wants to go in. He ends up with a double and tracks down a pretty hard hit ball out in center field. What a cool story for him, but not just that, but the program in general. You've had to play some funky days because of snowouts and whatever, and you've had guys make sure they get to class. That's a testament to you guys and everything you guys are trying to do moving forward.
Well, I don't want to downplay this part of it, because the baseball part of it's really, really important. And anybody that knows me or knows our program, we're going to do everything we can to try to win every single possible time that we play. With Mike's situation, Mike Green and J.J. Elsesser, they both have an engineering class that they need for graduation that I encourage them to take. That's Tuesdays at 5 o'clock and Thursdays at 5 o'clock. And they can only miss so many Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we got a couple travel days coming up here in April. And they needed to be in class. So they basically, both of them came down, and they went through pregame BP. And, you know, we're fortunate because the engineering classes are right here by Hayes Stadium. So after BP, they went up and they went to class from 5 to 6:45 and missed the start of the game. And then they both came back and got down here at 6:45, and they both came up and said that they were loose and ready to go in. So we put Mike Green in, you know, for Clemens, and he has a great at-bat the first at-bat. You know, smokes the ball to short, and then he second at-bat doubles down the line and makes a couple of really good plays defensively. So it can be done. It's a little maybe unorthodox and not the norm, I'm sure, for most programs, that kids would actually go through pregame, go to class, and come back and be involved in the game. But that's what we do. And both of those guys with JJ and Mike, they've done a great job in school. And neither one of them are going to be professional baseball players. We understand that, but both of them are going to get great jobs by getting an engineering degree from UNC Charlotte. They're both going to graduate this May, and we're extremely proud of both of them.
And you can be an engineering major and play baseball. I didn't think it was possible, but you've had a few guys. Kelly McLean comes to mind that's been able to do it the last few years. Last question for you: you've had a chance to get a couple of younger pitchers in there and put them in some situations that they've kind of shined in. Is this a way to make sure that pitching depth stays strong in these situations?
Yeah, we need as much depth as we can. We got 4 games again this weekend. And then we get into conference play. And with the way that the schedule is played out, you know, we're going to play a lot of Tuesdays and Wednesdays here, too, as the season goes on, with, in addition to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, some tough games on the weekends in conference play. So we're trying to build as much depth as we can. And you know, I thought I thought Huffman threw pretty well tonight. Mathis threw all right. We had some other guys, Gagan. We had a lot of young guys played. Daddio, freshman played, so we're playing a lot of young people and trying to get them acclimated to this level of play, and hopefully as time goes on, they'll help us.
The point being, down the line, those guys have gotten some innings in, so it's not a shock to them when they end up playing full time. Thanks for the visit. Good luck. Just to shore up the times this weekend, 4 o'clock on Friday to get set for that Saturday doubleheader at noon, and then Sunday's game is at noon as well. All that against Siena, last 4-game series of the season to get ready for conference. Pitching, I guess you're trying to get pitchers all set up to get ready for the rotation for the conference series, but with 4 games, you got to pitch that extra game, and you're going to play 9 every game, so it's a matter of 4 full games to keep that scheduled, keep your 56 going.
Yeah, again, just trying to build depth and continuing and trying to do everything we can to not only play well this weekend, but set things up for next weekend when we go to Richmond Open A-10 play.
All right, Coach, thanks for the visit.
Thanks a lot.